You got to give credit where credit is due, and we are here on a Victory Monday. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. Let's dive in here on a Monday as the Pittsburgh Steelers win in big-time fashion last night. 37 points scored by that offense led by Russell Wilson. And the defense, no slouches either. And also the special teams coming up big with yet another block kick. Should have been two, yet the penalty was called on Minkah Fitzpatrick for absolutely really nothing. But the Steelers again last night come out a little bit flat. Not horribly flat, but flat a little bit. And found themselves in a little bit of a hole. Coming out of that half, you would have thought maybe Mike Tomlin was thinking, hey, maybe we should get back to Justin. But yet Russell Wilson may have shown enough that, hey, we're comfortable. We're going to continue to ride with Russ. Hasn't played football in 10 months. We're going to let him get in rhythm. We're going to allow him to become comfortable, allow him to start doing things that are necessary in order to win. And that was the right decision. That was the right way to go. And I was very critical of Mike Tomlin and his sudden switch to Russell Wilson after Justin Fields had led this football team to a 4-2 record. I was very, very critical of that. And like I said yesterday, Mike Tomlin was going to live and die by this. He was either going to come out looking great or he's going to come out looking horrible with this decision. But it was the first one that he came out looking great with his decision to switch to Russell Wilson. Russell hitting things in terms of passes with touch. That's something we haven't seen from Justin Fields. And that was the problem, I think, with Justin Fields in his game. That and a little bit of vision downfield, not being able to identify where people were open, not allowing those 50-50 balls to be delivered on a consistent basis. You saw that from Russell Wilson also. And just the sheer ability to manage the offense at an NFL pro quarterback level was delivered last night by Russell Wilson. He was able to dictate the line of scrimmage with his cadence, with his checks in and out of plays. He was able to dissect the defense by recognizing the coverages and delivering the football. He was able to get out on the move occasionally and deliver passes. He had a little bit of inability to get away from some of those pass rush things that the Jets were doing, but that wasn't a horrible thing that happened last night because Russell Wilson was still able to avoid the pass rush enough to make some plays. At the beginning of that football game, I thought to myself, man, he doesn't look horrible. He doesn't look bad. There were some bad plays, but I was trying to be optimistic again because he hadn't played in 10 months. And when he tried to throw that one screen pass and it was just horribly off target in the dirt, I thought to myself, damn, is he going to be able to get back in rhythm? But he proved me wrong also. At the beginning of the season, during the summer, I really was advocating for Russell Wilson. I thought that was the best decision. But when Justin Fields came in due to injury due to injury with Russell Wilson, I thought to myself, you don't want to disrupt this chemistry, man. You don't want to disrupt this football team at this point in the season. But I was dead wrong, and all I could think about was, man, I hope I'm wrong with this situation. And sure as shit, Russell Wilson delivered, man, thankfully. And I've never been so happy to be wrong in my entire life. And now 2 weeks in a row with two different quarterbacks, the Pittsburgh Steelers score 30-plus points. And that's something we haven't got to see in a while. And it was very refreshing to see that because at the beginning of the football game, you thought that it was just going to be field goals by Chris Boswell. You thought that it wasn't going to be a high-scoring game. But yesterday, I predicted the score to be a little bit more of a shootout. I predicted it to be 32-27. The Jets didn't deliver as much on their end. I thought they were going to with the way they were moving the ball in the first half, the way they were able to get Hall out of the backfield and allow him to get yards after the catch. but the defense was able to settle in and shut down Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Lazard wasn't a huge factor. Wilson made a big blunder. It just was not the team that you thought you were going to see from the New York Jets with the addition of Devontae Adams. I thought they would be a little bit more high-powered, and they started out like that, but it fizzled out rather quickly as the Steelers' defense was able to settle in. But there was one big player there, one big-time position that I thought was going to be picked on by Aaron Rodgers, and it was. But it bit him in the ass, and that was the slot cornerback position, and that was Beanie Bishop. Beanie Bishop, I thought all week they are going to go after him, and they are going to go after him all night long. And they tried to go after him until Beanie came up big. He had that one-handed interception that was spectacular. That really turned the tide of the ball game. Then you saw him take advantage of a miscue from Wilson. Garrett Wilson had a ball hit off of his shoulder pads, dead on the numbers by Aaron Rodgers. Perfectly thrown pass, in my opinion, and it bounced in the Steelers' favor. The ball bounced to Beanie Bishop, and Beanie Bishop almost had a pick six on that. But we got to give Beanie Bishop credit. The challenge was put in front of him. He knew that Aaron Rodgers was going to come after him. He knew that he was going to be the focal point of where the Jets were going to attack, and he rose to the occasion, and Beanie Bishop really came up big and was a player of the game last night for the Pittsburgh Steelers and really provided a spark to that defense. An undrafted rookie-free agent coming in and contributing to that type of significance is almost virtually unheard of, and was so welcomed by that Steeler defense and really got them moving. I thought also, and I would be remiss not to mention this, Cameron Hayward has played really good football here in the later part of his career here this year. He has definitely played some solid football, and it is really trickling down to the rest of that defense. When you get batted balls, when you get pressure up the middle, when you are able to play the run game like Cam has been able to do, you have to applaud that from a guy that is in the winter of his career. And I would be remiss, again, if I did not mention Cameron Hayward's contributions last night. Alex Highsmith last night, his presence was definitely felt along that Steelers defense, and he was a welcomed addition. Also, TJ Watt was TJ Watt. I felt like he provided quality reps down in, down out, no matter if it was splash plays or not. TJ provided quality reps for that Steelers defense and proved yet again why I feel like he's the best defender in the NFL. A quiet night from Minkah Fitzpatrick, but his running mate, Deshaun Elliott, is lights out, guys. Lights out. And I told you in the summer for this guy, he was going to be a monster addition, and he has proven week in and week out to be spectacular. And it's almost unheard of for a guy to just come in and be able to be that good. Like, he's played with the Steelers for 10 years. He knows the defense so well. He plays within the defensive scheme so well. What a perfect fit and what a perfect addition by Omar Khan this offseason. And we have to give that credit where credit is due. Definitely a monster addition that has paid huge dividends for the Steelers with so many special plays week in and week out given to you by Deshaun Elliott. Also, I dogged Mike Tomlin all week, but he did the things that I wanted him to do, and that was take the gloves off, or take the handcuffs off of this offense. Don't micromanage this offense. And he did. And that was something, that was a breath of fresh air. I feel like Mike Tomlin last night didn't interfere with the game plans of the coordinators. I felt like Mike Tomlin just tried to manage the overall picture of the game, which he did, and I got to give him credit there because his performances have been subpar in my opinion. But however, last night, I felt like he really made a conscious effort to allow his coordinators to coordinate, and that was something very, very refreshing again to see. So we got to give Mike Tomlin credit there too. And his decision to go with Russell Wilson. was definitely proved to be a solid one. So we have to give Mike Tomlin credit there. And again, guys, I'm always going to tell you the truth, and I'm always going to admit when I'm wrong. And again, all week I preached I never wanted to be wrong more than what I wanted to be this week, because I thought Russell Wilson going in there was going to be a bad decision just because of the team chemistry, just because I thought Justin Fields didn't play bad enough to be benched, and thankfully that thought process was wrong, in my opinion. Not the part that Justin Fields played bad enough to be benched. I still don't believe that was wrong. But one other thing that I have to bring up, and I got to make a call to action to Steeler fans. Why in the world would you sit there and boo Russell Wilson, chant Justin Fields' name, and Russell hadn't even had a chance to really settle in, hadn't even had a real chance to get in rhythm, hadn't even had a full half of play before, the Boo Birds came down and the chance for Justin started. Guys, we're trying to be fans of this franchise, and no matter who's under center, yeah, you got to support them, man. It's tough to play at home when you're getting booed. It's tough to play at home when they're chanting for your backup's name. You can't do that. That's a disruption, and Steeler fans should know better. And shame on that classless act, because you got to give a guy a chance at least. Also, you may not agree with the decision that was made, but you got to give a guy a chance. He's starting for your football team. Why would you want to disrupt that chemistry that he's trying to build with that offense? Why would you want to cause drama senselessly? It's just not needed. And get a little bit of respect for your franchise that you claim to love and that you claim to root for. Don't get so hypercritical so fast. We live in a nasty society of very hypercritical people. Don't do that. Just seriously. Just try to let the process play out a little bit before you do that. Now, I could have seen, hey, if we're fourth quarter here, midway through the third, and Russell has just stunk it up the whole game, whatever. Make your opinion known. But man, not before halftime, and the guy hadn't even got a chance. I mean, give somebody a chance, man. Don't be that crazy and hypercritical. That was just something that I thought was ultra important to say. And yeah, that may rub people the wrong way. But again, I always tell you I'm going to be truthful here. And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit and bullshit you and act like that was some great thing that I heard last night from Steelers Nation, because it wasn't. It was stupid. It was bullshit. But anyway, back to the game. Yeah, George Pickens, major night. Calvin Austin had a significant drop that I thought will really change momentum in that football game that could have really hurt the Steelers. Larry Ogunjobi's penalty I thought could have changed momentum in a bad way, and it did for a time. But however, the Steelers, again, guys, were able to overcome this. You still have Chris Boswell on pace to set that record set by David Akers in 2011 to become the all-time field goal leader for one season, field goals made. So that's pretty cool. Also, putting up 37 points was really damn cool. But tonight we're going to be back with a live show, and I can't wait to go over some of the scores that you guys have put forth yesterday. Albert Wright was probably the closest. He picked 40-13, and it was 37, I believe. 15 or 16, 37, 16. So something like that. But yeah, he was probably the closest to being actually correct. Russ was 31-17. He was pretty damn close. Who else? Yeah, those two were the closest, probably Russ and Albert Wright. You guys were damn near spot on with it. So good picks, good guesses, man. Last night, that was absolutely awesome that you were pretty close. It's always cool to see you guys' score predictions. Yeah, I definitely thought the Jets would score more points. I thought they'd put up 27. They did not, but I did think that the Steelers were going to put up over 30, and that was really cool to see. Again, guys, that's special. Definitely special to see from your Pittsburgh Steelers 2 weeks in a row putting up over 30 points. And where do the Steelers go from here? They're 5-2 atop the AFC North, as the Baltimore Ravens are going to play tonight against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Baker Mayfield, whom I really truly think can beat the Baltimore Ravens tonight. So we'll see if they can catch a big L and allow the Steelers to start to stretch that lead back out again here in the AFC North. But the Steelers move on to the Jets next week on Monday Night Football in Acrisure Stadium yet again, I believe. But correct me if I'm wrong. We'll see. But I do believe it's at Acrisure. So, yeah. Monday Night Football, Jets, Steelers. Let's see if the Steelers can get to 6-2 headed into their bye week, and that could be super, super special, guys. And can't wait to see how this story unfolds because it's starting to heat up and things are starting to get really, really cool for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the fan base, man. It could be one of those years. It could be one of those years that we've been missing for so long. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Steel City Live, the best damn sports show on YouTube. I've appreciated the super chats, appreciated the likes and the subscribes. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Don't forget to go check out our shorts. Check us out on X. Check us out on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff as you continue to help build this community. We will get back to our giveaways, but we got to get that revenue back up so I'm able to do that. We got to get that going again, which we have, and that's why I truly, truly appreciate you guys and very humbled by your support. But we got to get that moving so we can get our giveaways going again and get our membership program cranking along again here in the 2024 season. So, again, thank you so much for joining us here on Mic Drop Sports, and what a victory Monday. So much to talk about, and when we hit that live show tonight, it's going to be absolutely insane with the amount of topics that we have to go over. But Najee Harris also, before I forget, Najee Harris, another 100-yard game, guys. That's his 8th now for his young NFL career. Well, not young, but his NFL career. 8th 100-yard game, and let's see if he can continue that theme against the New York Giants and bring home another one. And again, what were we talking about Najee Harris? We want to see consistency, and that's what you're hoping to continue to see from Najee Harris here in 2024. Jalen Warren had a pretty good game too, I thought. All right, guys, thank you, and then we'll see you tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's so much to talk about. I could keep going, but we're just going to bounce off of here. But until next time, guys, I'm Jason. This is Mic Drop Sports. Peace, my friends.